Hello, hello. Okay. Hello. My name's Anna. You may know me from life or from my videos online, videos, content, whatever, my Instagram or something. But hello again. My name's Anna, for those that don't know me. I grew up in Bloomington, Indiana, and now I just recently moved to Asheville, North Carolina, and this is my first big move. And so I have just been getting a lot more clear on what my goals are, what my creative goals are, what my life goals are. And to be honest, they're not super clear right now. They're not super clear, but there's also been a lot of themes that have become clear in my last few years of more self-reflection and just like being curious of what I really want. And I'm still very much in that, but at the same time, the themes that have become very clear are I am a very sensitive, loving human that doesn't always understand how the world is working because I just want to be like one-on-one with someone. And I get a little confused when we're all like working towards things but not taking care of ourselves and not feeling that much purpose or joy, but then our whole day is filled and then our whole week is filled and then time goes by and then our updates like with family or loved ones aren't really like very authentic to what's actually going on in our inner worlds. I'm a Pisces. I am a projector in human design. And just knowing those through things and looking into those astrology and human design in different lenses has helped me a lot in validating that we all have our own roles and I can play my own role. And I'm excited to share more of my unique process and not be so embarrassed that I might do it differently or that I think differently. And usually, if I'm actually just honest, I start connecting and resonating with a lot of people and realizing that I'm really like not that rare in terms of what my values are, which is very exciting because I would love to live and share my heart with people and be understood. And also I'm learning to be okay with not being understood all the time. So yeah, I am here with this podcast set up because I have been really interested in the podcast world. I've gotten a lot out of it as a listener, and I've been very curious how I would like doing it. A big part of it is I get a lot out of verbally processing, and then also in terms of like if I were to like interview someone else or be interviewed, I get a lot out of those kind of conversations. And I think it's really cool when people, set up that intentional time and just go into it. And there are a few topics that I really like getting into, one of which is the creative process and just even like wrapping our mind around what creativity is and how we tap into it. And I have strong opinions that we're all artists and artists of our own lives. We're all creative. We all have the capacity to be creative. And so I am very passionate when I'm talking to friends about that. And now I'm excited to share it somewhere else, especially as I'm working through this, working through my own creative process. So, context, just moved to Asheville, and I moved here with the intention of claiming more of my artistry. I'm really excited to be involved in the art community here. I'm really excited to be like prioritizing my time in creating my own body of work to maybe be in galleries, to sell my work, to have workshops, creativity workshops, to have be working with other people in like a therapeutic, creative way. And yeah, so moving here, I don't know that many people yet. And I also didn't have my work situation fully figured out moving here, and I'm still in that process. So I'm very much looking at a blank canvas with being here. And it's already starting to fill in a little bit, but I'm really enjoying that space. I feel like I'm in between. And there's a lot of stuff I've been sifting through and working through, especially these last few years. A lot of self-reflection, a lot of curiosities with spirituality, just understanding myself better, my own rhythms, and really getting clear on like the desires I have for my life. Are they possible? Are they worth going for? And like, am I willing? What am I willing to do? And so as I navigate that, and I'm really wanting to live a very authentic life to me, I've just realized that there's a lot of conditioning and a lot of stories that I'm ready to let go of. And one of which is needing to be perfect. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have everything perfect to get started. And I think particularly with creating content or creating like art that I share with people in any form, I used to feel very comfortable with social media, and then I've become very like closed off and like feel very nervous to share. But I'm very much in a space now where I'm like, well, we're going to do it anyways. Oh, I'm scared? Cute. Okay, well, we're going to do it anyways. Oh, I'm not in the mood? Okay, we're going to do it anyways. And that's an exciting place to be. So I don't know if I already said this, but I'm dog sitting this weekend. And I was thinking about like, why don't I just like create a rough draft of a first episode? And they already had all this equipment set up. So I'm just going for it. I don't have too much of an outline, but basically this is a first preparatory podcast situation for me to get started. And then the framework that I have for me to continue doing these, because right now it's not super clear, but I want to practice my speaking skills. I also want to like get people up to date with where my mind is at, where my heart is at, what I'm working through. And I get a lot out of other people doing that. So that's why I feel very motivated to do it myself. So the framework that I'm going to use to create my first 12 episodes is this book right here, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And this is one of my favorite books. A lot of my friends have this now because I've given it to them. There's 12 chapters. It's basically a self-led course, or you can do it in groups. I was introduced to it through a group, and that really helped because it's really helpful to have accountability with things like this. And it says it's a course in discovering and recovering your creative self. And the subtitle is A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity. So for me, this book is all about getting out of your own way, getting clear on what you want, and then reminders and practices that allow you to just show up and continue cultivating your inner artist's expression. So, as I am facing the blank canvas of being in a new place and just a lot of newness, a lot of spaciousness for me to make new decisions if I want, change habits if I want, and like lay the foundation, I am really excited to stay near my heart and be really intentional about the choices I'm making and the connections I'm making. And so this book, I just knew that this would be a great way to support myself in this process of getting rooted or building roots here, growing roots here. So I'm starting this. I just read the intro chapter again today, and then I'll be creating 12 episodes, one for each chapter. It's not really like a book club where it's gonna be super focused on the book. It's more, this is like a framework for me to just show up and reflect and process things that are coming up for me as I go through this. Because it's honestly kind of like it's a therapy book. And it's it's way more than just for like visual artists or a musician or a writer. It's basically, getting more comfortable with yourself and what you really want in this world, and how you share how you feel and why you do what you do, and noticing conditioning that has built up in your mind. So, yes, I'll be sharing my process. And a little bit more on where I'm at with that is I have always been an artist, and I've been blessed to be very encouraged in that. Not everybody has had people in their life to be like, keep doing that. That's worth your time. I support that. I love that. And even still with that encouragement, I feel like I haven't made the most of it, because I've still been like stuck or scared, or like, is this worth it? Is this good enough? And so I've been kind of like keeping my art small, and I've been doing mainly like commissions for other people, or staying really literal to what people are like commissioning and asking for. And then I keep realizing, oh, they hired me for my taste. They want me to lead this. They want me to share what I really think. They are interested in my perspective, or they want to see my twist on something that they might hand me. And so I have been just going through a process of trusting myself, trusting my role, trusting the way my mind works, and giving myself a chance to be seen in that and to be witnessed in my process. And then I also just get a lot out of people being honest as they go. And since I have goals with art and different things that people or whoever's watching this may see later on, because I believe in it, I think it'd be really cool to document the process to get there, because it's not linear, and I don't always feel in the mood to do my art. I very often actually don't feel in the mood, and then I don't make anything. And I'm ready to shift that stuff, and I'm ready to show up for myself and trust the creative juices to show up for me. So, in my prioritizing of that and in my honoring of that, I will be here and I will be sharing my process. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being interested in how I am going about things. And I'm excited to start making more art again. I'm excited to be creating, systems or times in my day, times in my week where all I have to do is show up, and it's go time for me and my inner artist. And yes, that's all. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And I would love to hear any comments on where you're at in your creative process, if you feel like you're facing a blank canvas in your life right now, and what that feels like for you. And I'll talk to you guys soon.